Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of how to write a song in 5 days. Yesterday we talked about hook, basically getting something in your song that has some irony to it, um, some bit of interesting hyperbole or anything that's just different, that's something that makes your song different from every other song, and that's usually where I start. I will start with either a concept or a hook or something that I can build the rest of the song out from. And yesterday we talked about how this song that I'm writing now all started from the simple concept like Mario. And from there I built the song out. And I will say this just as a refresher, your hook doesn't have to stay the same. If you find a better one in the course of writing your song, go with that one, which is exactly what happened with me. I found a better hook. My original hook was Extra Life like Mario, but eventually I went with a different hook, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I wanted to also start by talking about theme today, because theme is very, very important, and it's the next thing you need to think about if you're going to be writing a song. It's the next thing I think about whenever I'm writing a song, because once I get my hook, then I need to make sure that everything else that I think about stays consistent with the theme of my song. And I don't always write Christian songs. I always try to write songs with truth in them, biblical truth, and that's my standard for truth. So I always try to write true songs. But this one is definitely a Christian song in that the main premise, having an extra life, if life's a game, the hook that I went with is I'm leveling up, so that's a metaphor for heaven. It's a unique little way to say I'm headed for something better, going to the next level, those kinds of things. All of those concepts are part of my hook, and so the rest of my song needs to stay consistent with the theme. In this case, the theme that I was trying to stay with is life is a game. So since my hook is talking about if life's a game, I'm leveling up, all the rest of the song needs to be conveying the message that first, life's a game, and second, I'm leveling up. So all of my other pieces of the song are related to that. For instance, I have a line in a verse that says that rich old Uncle Pennybags had a monopoly. So it's talking about money had a hold in my life, and then Jesus set me free from that, and so now, I've got this extra life. The course says I'm running and jumping all the way through life. So it's a much happier life, which makes it more like a game. But it's also, this isn't it. I'm also headed for something even better. And so that's what the whole song's trying to convey. And then also there's part of it that talks about setting people free as part of the game. So there's that too. Basically everything you want to do with your song is make sure that every line points to the theme of your song, and that your hook really encapsulates the theme of the song. The hook of the song, what we talked about yesterday, really needs to be what sticks with people, how they remember your song when it comes on the radio or when they hear it. It's what pops into their mind. But your theme needs to just complement that hook, so there's not a single line in your song that is inconsistent with the rest of your song. So that's theme. And I honestly wrote this song completely backwards, because I told you yesterday I wrote the tune first, and I obviously morphed the tune quite a bit, but I wrote a tune first, and then I put words to it. And I also, normally I start with the choruses whenever I write a song. With this one I started with a verse, and I wrote the verses first, and then I wrote the chorus to fit the verses. So it was kind of weird. I don't normally do that, but it just goes to show you it doesn't really matter in what order you do these steps. It just makes a difference if you follow the creative process the right way. So get your hook first, get your theme second, and then tomorrow we'll talk about how to actually start structuring your song and the ways that I go about doing that myself. So stay tuned.